You want to be an insanely, ultra good artful player? Then this is a tutorial on how, when and where to place walls, music boxes, and much more. So, I guess without further ado, let's get right into the video. This, in my opinion, the best map for Artful as of now, because of how easily you can corner survivors or trap them. They cannot loop you around small loops, as there are almost none, and every other loops are counterable by placing a music box in already good placement. When you spawn in, destroy this grave right there, just in case. I like to rush to this cliff spot and place a music box, as well as placing a wall in this section of the church. But using copyright next to this mountain works also, so it doesn't really matter. After that, I place a music box here to prevent from looping both this hill and this cliff spot. Now, you can start chasing civilians. If you see that some of the civilians are standing here, place a wall and now they will have to run towards you to actually survive. If you see civilians cornered right there, place a wall next to this lighter and they're basically done for. If they're trying to loop you around a small zone, just place a wall to prevent it, and boom. You can also use the implement in this place next to a lock, which not a lot of people know about. But if you don't do so, then it's fine, as it changes basically nothing, but it's recommended doing so. Well, now we can go into the in-game footage.
April.
¡Enrique!
Another really good map for Artful. When you spawn in, destroy these planks just in case once again. Place a wall on this spot to prevent from civilians trying to loop you. I like to place a music box right there, as the counters buff this cliff spot and people are running down from this and this side, so they will have to corner themselves. After you've done these steps, you can start chasing. After a little bit, place a music box in this spot to prevent civilians going on this path and on the bridge. I like to place 1 or 2 walls on the bridges, but not fully, so if they decide to go right there, they will have to take the slowness effect and you'll also save your walls. If the kind spots are looping around these spots, either repurpose your music box or place another wall. Or, using a puppet is also a good idea if you have any. Don't be afraid to repurpose, as you can replace it almost immediately after. Civilians corner themselves here, place a wall. You can either repurpose it to aim and do the combo, or leave it as it is. Well, that's pretty much it for the map, so let's see the gameplay once again. There's actually a good amount of great maps for Artful, I just noticed. When you spawn in, place a music box right there, because once again, it's a guaranteed slowdown. I like to place one wall here and then another one close to it to completely shut down this section. It's recommended to rush and place another music box here ASAP. The placement is so good it prevents a big area that they will have to walk through anyways if they want to live. They will not. Now, you can start chasing civilians. If the one you chase goes through these spots, place your wall to not worry about it later. Once they try to run to the spot where all of your walls are placed, they will have to run towards you in order to at least have a chance of surviving. There aren't really too much small looping spots either, and you can simply shut them down by using a puppet or implement. Placing one wall here also works really well, as it makes civilians trying to loop you around small objects, cornering themselves, and going to water that slows them down. This map is really easy, so small in-game footage, go!
¡Adriana, salte! Adrian.
It's free!
I don't know what to say in the intro of this map, but it's really good, so yeah. When you spawn, rush here to place a wall, and then place a music box in this in-between towers section, because it's a guaranteed slowdown no matter what. A lot of people don't know, but you can actually use your implement close to this couch, and the civilians are basically dead if they're in this section. To make it easier, place a music box next to this wall and they cannot loop you now. When you do it like a lore accurate artful by ending 30 lives in here, you can repurpose your music box and place it right there to buffer when people going into this cliff spot and trying to loop you from the outside, so you don't even have to place your wall here. If you want, well, it's recommended. Use your implement in this spot, so drive the civilians once again. That's pretty much it. So let's get right into the gameplay once again. I actually got into this Showtime LMS, but the guy didn't really play well, so I won. Anyways,
Adriana, salte!
Wait.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Okay, now we're starting to get to the maps that are a bit harder, but are still manageable. This is one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest, so it's harder to gain control over survivors, but if you know what you're doing, it's pretty easy. I start by placing a music box close to this looping area and a wall right there. While it might make no sense placing a wall and a music box that practically do the same job to prevent looping, trust me, it works. Then, I rush to the civilian spawn and place a music box right there to make it almost a free slowdown that people must go through. Then I go right into this spot and use implements. If any civilians go into this section through this way, it's basically a free kill. Just place another wall into this spot and boom, you're completely trapped. There's quite a lot of small loops, but puppets do a decent job at countering them. If the survivors are cornered into this cliff spot, try to get a repurposed music box or at least a repurposed wall to make sure they're not winning this chase. Next map I'll explain about is going to be a lot harder, so make sure to continue. Also, if you made it this far to the video, consider subscribing please, it helps a lot, blah blah blah. This is the end of the map, so in-game footage of me playing a super duper cool Artful goes right now.
What? You must die!
This is a hard one, as there are not many great spots for walls, and sometimes it feels that 2 music boxes is just not enough. It's enough. By the start of the match, not a lot of people know, but there's an invisible box-alike thing that you can place your wall next to, and civilians won't be able to go here. It's the only really good placement for this map. I like to place a copyright right here, as again, it's a guaranteed slowdown. After that, I either place a wall next to this cliff spot or in the house or whatever it's called, but you get it. I think it's better to place here though, as the civilians are on the high ground spot, they're cornered already, so it doesn't really make sense to waste a whole implement right there. Placing a music box here is really good that you get a really long slowdown if people try to go here. You can also use your wall on this looping spot. After the big red ball of doom gets mad and destroys everything on its path, I like to replace first place music box right there to once again prevent people from looping. Walls in this blank area are not really that good because of how many exits it has, so I am not recommending placing them here, but if you still do so, it's fine. You might lose at times on this map because it's not of your skill, but rather that the map is just really mid and the civilians are really competitive. Oh no! The big red ball of doom and despair is coming towards my way! What do I do? Show in-game footage.
Mi bomba! ¡Enrique!
This is the map that you all probably were waiting for. This is the hardest, most insufferable, and annoying map for Artful. There are too many open spots where you cannot place your walls, which is like the most important thing about him. Trapping survivors. There are still some decent spots for implement, but it does not make up for the fact that you can still loop around Artful so easily. Whatever. Once started the game, I like placing a wall here first and rush towards civilian spawn and use copyright onto this cliff spot, as it kinda counters both down part outside and the inside museum part. Placing walls in these free spots is somewhat decent, as it can counter to not go into this section of killer spawn. But even then, they can still go there no matter what, besides if you place your 2 walls right there. But wow, look! Now you have all of your walls placed down and you cannot have no more of them. I like placing second music box in this corner because it's the most loopable spot ever. Even though I can give some tips on this map, it just depends on the civilian skills, and just a little on yours. There are way too many small loops and open areas that you cannot counter, so if you get this map, I wish the best luck for you, gang. Even though this map is really bad, I still managed to win on it pretty fast. So please allow me to show the gameplay of me not enjoying this map.
That was a green screen effect.
¡Adriana, salte!
¡Enrique!
Well, that is the end of the video. If you watched it to the end, I appreciate it a lot, really. This video got a lot of effort put into it, and days of working on it. Artful is the most fun killer in my opinion, and I just love trapper-based killers. So I decided to make a tutorial for him so you guys can enjoy playing him too. Anyways, it's time for my favorite outro.